Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on what you need to know about 5G technology. 5G is the fastest and latest wireless communication technology that is revolutionizing the way we connect to the internet and communicate with each other. It promises to bring about a new era of technological advancement and connectivity, but it's also been the subject of a lot of controversy and confusion. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into what 5G technology is, how it works, and what its benefits are, and what potential risks and concerns you should be aware of. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of 5G technology and be equipped to make informed decisions about how you use it in your daily life. So, let's get started. 5G is the fifth generation of mobile networks, succeeding earlier versions such as 2G, 3G, and 4G. 5G networks are expected to provide substantially higher connection rates than earlier networks, being more dependable with shorter response times and higher capacity. As an enabler of Industry 4.0, it is dubbed the Network of Networks, and it is expected to unite several existing standards while crossing multiple technologies and industries. How does 5G work? Wireless communication systems transmit data over the air using radio frequencies, also known as spectrums. 5G works in the same way as 4G, but on higher, less crowded radio frequencies. This enables it to carry more data at a much faster rate. The upper bands are referred to as millimeter waves. They were previously unlicensed, but regulators have made them available for licensing. They had mostly gone unnoticed by the general population since the necessary equipment was both unavailable and expensive. While higher bands convey information faster, there may be issues when sending over long distances. Physical items such as trees and buildings can easily block them. To overcome this limitation, 5G will employ numerous input and output antennae to enhance signal and capacity across the wireless network. Small transmitters will also be used in the technology. Instead of employing single, standalone masts, they are mounted on buildings and street furniture. According to current predictions, 5G will be able to accommodate up to 1,000 more devices per meter than 4G. In addition, 5G technology will be able to slice a physical network into many virtual networks. This means that operators will be able to supply the appropriate network slice based on how it is used, allowing them to better manage their networks. This means that an operator, for example, will be able to use varying slice capacities based on importance. A single user streaming a film, for example, would use a different slice of a business's infrastructure, while simpler devices could be segregated from more complex and demanding applications, such as managing driverless vehicles. There are also proposals to let businesses hire their own segregated and insulated network slice to keep them distinct from rival internet traffic. Who invented the fifth generation network? South Korea was the first country to embrace on a major scale in April 2019, with 224 operators in 88 nations around the world investing in the technology. Except for one carrier that used Huawei equipment, all 5G carriers in South Korea employed Samsung, Ericsson, and Nokia base stations and equipment. Samsung was the largest of these vendors, having sent 53,000 base stations out of a total of 86,000 installed in the country at the time. Currently, 9 companies sell 5G radio gear and solutions to carriers. Altistar, Cisco Systems, Daetang Telecom, Ericsson, Huawei, Nokia, Qualcomm, Samsung, and ZTE are among them. What is the advantage of the 5G network over the 4G network? You may be asking what makes it so unique. The most obvious advantage of 5G networks over 4G networks is network speed. However, there are advantages related to lower latency, which means faster response times and higher download rates. Because of the increased operating efficiency, this offers up a plethora of potential applications across the business. Super fast internet without the need for landlines, 5G mobile telecommunications, the development of smart factories, holographic technologies, televisions, remote healthcare, and driverless automobiles with 5G connectivity as well as car-to-car communication are some of the uses for 5G. Many of these technological advancements will be enabled by lower latency, allowing 5G devices to respond to orders more quickly. Latency is the time it takes between issuing a command and receiving a response. 3G has a latency of 65 milliseconds, advanced 4G has a latency of roughly 40 milliseconds, and fixed broadband has a latency of 10 to 20 milliseconds. In comparison, 5G is predicted to have latency as low as 1 millisecond, allowing mission-critical and Internet of Things applications to function below the 4 millisecond objective for enhanced mobile broadband service. The technology will also be more powerful than earlier network technologies. Access to a larger spectrum at higher frequencies will be available, allowing networks to handle more high-demand applications concurrently. This means that it might give a fiber-like experience for fixed wireless applications, allowing individuals in hard-to-reach places to benefit from much better broadband access. As previously stated, the key selling point of 5G is network speed, with some claiming that peak rates might eventually approach 10 gigabytes per second. Initial speeds are expected to be lower, with EE claiming peak rates of over 1 gigabyte per second, which is still 100 to 150 megabytes per second quicker than 4G speeds, which should reach around 130 to 240 megabytes per second. Meanwhile, when 5G launched, the three networks will offer speeds of more than 2 gigabytes per second. However, real-world considerations such as your distance from a base station and how many other individuals are connecting to the network at the same time must be considered. Even under these conditions, the user experience data rate for downloads is predicted to be at least 100 megabytes per second, which is substantially faster than 4G. How much faster is 5G compared to 4G and 3G? If 5G achieves the predicted data speeds of 10 gigabytes per second, it will be 100 times quicker than ordinary 4G. It will also be 30 times quicker than advanced 4G standards like LTE-A. Even with the more cautious forecasts, it will quickly overtake 3G and 4G. 3G has an average download speed of 8 megabytes per second and a maximum of 384 kilobytes per second, while 4G has an average download speed of 32.5 megabytes per second and a maximum of 100 megabytes per second. The average download speed of 4G Plus is 42 megabytes per second, with a maximum download speed of 300 megabytes per second. In comparison, 5G has an average download speed of 130 to 240 megabytes per second and a potential maximum of 1 to 10 gigabytes per second. This means that a full HD film would take between 4 and 40 seconds to download on 5G, compared to almost 7 minutes on 4G and over a day on 3G. Will 5G replace 4G? When? 5G will not be able to replace 4G anytime soon. According to some, it could be decades before 4G is completely phased out. This is especially true in rural locations, where deployment costs may be considerable and the necessity for low latency isn't as critical. When is the actual rollout for 5G networks expected? The early 5G launches will rely on the current 4G LTE infrastructure. Rollouts are likely to begin in the busiest areas first. For example, in the United Kingdom, 5G will be available in 26 cities between 2019 and the end of 2020. London, Birmingham, Manchester, Edinburgh, Cardiff, and Belfast will be among the first to prepare for this new technology. Will 5G technology mean buying new equipment? When it comes to mobile phones, there will come a day when you will need to update to a 5G phone. If you don't already own one of the few 5G smartphones on the market, such as the 5G LG V50 Think or the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 5G. However, with more equipment scheduled to hit the market in the next 12 months and a full rollout expected to take many years, there is no reason to change your present device just now. How will 5G change everything? 5G is set to revolutionize a wide range of products, services, and industries, offering performance increases for mobile technology, fixed wireless access, remote applications, artificial intelligence, and holographic technologies, and the world's first 5G television. It is being trialed with artificial intelligence and holographic technologies and is being tested for the world's first 5G television. It could also revolutionize domestic life, transport, and entertainment, as well as business and manufacturing. How will 5G shape future technology? The first and most obvious benefit is that it is quicker and more dependable than 4G or 3G. While this implies that you will be able to download a movie in seconds on your 5G home broadband or stream a 4K film without buffering, it also means that virtual and augmented reality applications will increase. Because of 5G's large capacity and low latency, advanced processing will be able to be conducted remotely rather than locally via mobile devices and headsets. This increased capacity will allow for the expansion of the Internet of Things devices, with commodities like refrigerators, lights, cars, and even billboards being able to connect and speak with one another. While the Internet of Things devices is already popular, 5G will boost speed and capacity, allowing practically every object to become linked and smart. While these advancements are all advancements in existing technology, they should also allow for the formation of entirely new markets, such as autonomous automobiles. Because of the reduced latency provided by 5G, these cars will be able to connect with the internet without lag times. Autonomous vehicles aren't the only technology that will benefit from 5G. Surgeons will be able to operate medical robots to do surgeries anywhere in the world, enabling remote surgery. As previously stated, a successful trial of an excavator controlled across continents has already occurred, but 5G appears set to transform the world of the industry through the ability to monitor and control robots, drones, and entire factories in real time and with a greater degree of connectivity. So that concludes our video on what you need to know about 5G technology. We hope that you found this information informative and helpful in understanding the technology that's shaping our world. As with any new technology, there are both benefits and potential risks to consider, and it's up to each individual to make informed decisions about how they use it. It's also important to stay informed as 5G continues to evolve and expand. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos like this one.